Well, European bragging rights at stake for both of these two sides. The chance of their first points in the Rugby Europe Championship. Our referee for this one is Sava Abalashvili, assisted by Sava Makaradze and Papuna I'll try that one again, Chikaboridze, and it is Martino Yusuf Japaridze. Sava Abalashvili in charge of his 6th test match. He's not been in charge of this particular encounter as yet.
Okay. Just make sure they are inside, okay? Keep them inside.
To get things going. The Black Eagles against the Black Devils. A chance to finish 3rd in Pool B in this year's championship before the semi-finals. First action was the knock-on from Belgium, so it's an early chance for Mikey McDonald to try and hit Germany on the front foot. Nice opportunity for Wolf to come round, but he was just held by Brasseur.
No advantage. Okay. Number 5, crook roll. There is a crook roll by number 5, it's just a penalty. Yeah.
It's a good early spot from the referee on the crook rolls. It's something we actually saw in yesterday's game, stamped out very nicely by the officials. Sometimes it's that desperation to get the clear at any means necessary, which is not the game these days. It's good to see the officials just getting the safety as a priority early doors.
It's an area of the game that your old pal Ben Ryan is very keen to see stamped out, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just it's dangerous, and there have been plenty of examples of people getting hurt through it. So it's just a nice one that they've identified and are stamping out very clearly now.
Those early little flashpoints, those early little wins, but the referee is not going to take too lightly to it.
You don't give the reaction, you don't throw the ball. That's it. Captain, that's an Austrian.
Well, you mentioned Valentine's, Nick. I don't think there's a huge amount of love out there at the moment. That's what we want, a nice feisty, fiery start. And it was the man who gave away the penalty, actually, for the crook roll, Mikael Himmer, who was particularly fired up at that big second row, causing the issues in that Belgium line-out. It's not what you want early on. You want to get your first set piece in and nailed, because it does just sow the seed a little bit in terms of the line-out callers, the jumpers, the hooker. They now have to focus on putting that to the back of their minds.
Germany get the free kick. Early engagement, or not perhaps getting themselves set. Either way, the referee has given the free kick the way of the Germans, and they've opted to keep that one in field. And, well, that was not the greatest execution. And, in fact, they've opted to take it quickly. Then a player's changed lane and knocked the scrum half over. And I'm not sure what the referee is thinking here. Is it just a penalty, or is it going to be any more?
That was a big blast, wasn't it, Nick? When they blast like that on the whistle.
That's a second foul play. The next one going to go to the B. Can I talk about him? Yeah.
Well, maybe they're just a little bit fired up. Yeah, in front of the home crowd, and just a little bit over-eager, a little bit overzealous in some of these moments. I think Johan Schroeder there is just saying, let me just talk to the lads. I'm sure he's just calming it down a bit, saying, boys, let's just settle down a little bit here. Get into the game. I mean, there's not loads in that, in fairness.
He can't become invisible, can he? I mean, there is a sort of turn on the shoulder, but he's as much protecting himself there, perhaps. But either way, big man on little man is not going to look good as far as the referee's concerned. But in the meantime, it's the Belgian skipper taking them forwards, knowing that they lost to Germany in that playoff final 5th placed match last year. They are a couple of places higher in the rankings. They will want to try and make that tell, but that's just gone forwards.
No more advantage.
What a stop-start beginning to this game so far.
One was for the full play, but it's a 3rd penalty, so the next one in this area, in this attack, will go to the bench.
Well, we've seen a couple of warnings for I think silly moments of foul play and indiscipline, and now it's another penalty. Actually, the referee has said, look, it's quite right. When you look at the time on the clock, 3 minutes 34, 3 penalties already.
Belgium won't mind. They're going to opt for the posts in what should be fairly kickable territory for Hugo de Franck. But it's something you don't want to do early doors in terms of getting on the wrong side of the referee as well, of course. Talked about planting the seed of doubt around set piece for Belgium when they missed the lineup. I plant the wrong seeds in the referee's mind early on around indiscipline and
Franck, no problem at all. Gets the points on the board to give the Belgians an early lead. Germans need to think about that discipline, certainly.
Yeah, strange opening 5 minutes so far. Really seen a huge amount of rugby. A lot of penalties, free kicks, and most of those from the men in black shirts. They're going to want to tidy this up.
Take from the restart by Benoit. And earning a 30th cap today. 31st, I should say.
Use it, 9!
There for Montoisi. Certainly been a handful over this competition so far, the scrum half. Well taken by Oliver Stein. Frankfurt player. Seen his clubmate Tim Biniak come into the reckoning. We haven't seen the German backline really get going just yet. Certainly seems to be a bit of a strategy to want to stick it into the air. Taken by de Franck. Good work from Zinzan Heath to get up into that passing channel and deny him any option. Had to just ride the contact.
Use it, 9!
And Toisi encouraged into the box kick. You hear the reaction from the crowd. It's not got too much go forwards. And a loose ball on the floor already preyed upon. Home fans like what they're seeing. Wolf. Oh, that's all too easy for de Franck.
That's been the theme of the kicks out of hand so far, just too long. De Franck just under no pressure. He's called his second mark of the game. He's had another clean catch that he was able to just run back at them. For the up and unders, so they're putting up those high kicks. Just need to bring a little bit of distance off it, make them contestable, and I think that option from Wolf, not a bad decision to put the ball in behind, but that needs to go along the deck, grubber style. Otherwise, you just open up that opportunity for the mark. It's all too easy for that covering defender out the back. Whereas a bouncing ball, different story.
Former scrum half, former England Sevens captain Tom Mitchell, who's with us. As Wolf decides to cut away and cut back in. McDonald dummied the short line, that was nice. Then Justin Renck. Schroeder lost it in the contact, then it's there with Brasseur, and it's the one-arm bowl away to find Renier.
Advantage is over.
De Franck. Floating the missed pass. Nearly managing the footwork. We already have Hugues Bastin into the lineup.
Good bit of work under the high ball there from Michael McDonald, from Oliver Stein, sorry. Good take. Belgium just opting to go for the miss pass on that attack. I think through the hands would have been the better option, but they're going to get another crack at it on the line out.
Advantage not good.
Handling's just slightly let them down, so Tumenev takes it up.
Kick
just
is
be a few
over.
hundred in the stadion, but they are making their noise as much as they can. Warlock plays it in, but that's the charge down. It's just been knocked down in their eagerness to try and get onto it. A little bit of footwork from Dazzy Cornez.
No hands, Black, no.
Under a bit more pressure after that initial charge down, and net result will still favour the Germans.
Well, interestingly enough, I think the Germans initially put that kick in too deep again, but it was the chase that turned it into a decent one. Right, Michael Himmer getting up and blocking it. He's a tall man to try and kick it over the top of, to be fair. First chance, Germany got to launch a serious attack here.
Almost guilty of too many people wanting to try and claim that restart. They've gone for the big overthrow, and it's worked nicely for Wolf. Direct running from Ball. That's a better tackle. Closing of the door from Charles de Berget. Then it's there, Wolf. Oh, dummied the little close pass. Assisted by Tumenev. Then it's there for Pretorius, who just has to cut back against the grain. McDonald. Stone was offering himself, but he picked out his brother Cameron. Keep the ball alive with the offload. Still going here, Germany. This is better from them. Sean Ingle crashes over the 22. Little tip on, that's nice. Just change that point of attack. Now look at it go back down the short side here, and this is Biniak, the new man this week. 32-year-old from Frankfurt, 1880. Stein on his 12th cap. Belgian red wall is not finding too many holes in it for the Germans at the minute, and Jeremy Brasseur looks to wrap up Wolf. And just see, enjoying marking alongside that 22, and then the ball coughed up. And I think Pretorius taking a bit of a knock in that contact.
Okay, there's Doc.
Yeah, I think the referee's blown for
Just a penalty.
some sort of injury.
Captain.
What a bit of defence from Belgium, though.
Number 5. There's a late
Outstanding.
tackle, just a penalty. It will be here.
They are going to be going back for a tackle, a late hit. I
think it was the off-the-ball effort from Max Hendricks on Pretorius.
Yeah, and it's been picked up by the officials. It's a shame for them, because that was a really strong, and you sense that they were going to get a turnover at some point. Germany not really going anywhere in that attack, as much as they tried and as organised as they were.
Late tackle. It's your penalty.
The red shirts were well organised and well up for it. Some really good line speed coming up, trying to make chop tackles.
Yeah.
I want to play a fast game. Lads in the way. Are you seeing it or not?
No, I'll make sure.
Yeah.
But they're okay. By this time they're okay. Yeah,
Okay.
they look okay. I'll make sure what you want to get the fast ball.
Getting the chance to just listen into that conversation between Michael McDonald and our referee, talking about wanting quick ball, wanting to point out those players that might be on the floor and in the way. Well, any good scrum half might want to try and do.
Yeah, smart work from Michael McDonald. You just got to plant that seed. Talked about planting seeds all day so far, haven't I? I've got the garden on the mind, but
are the bulbs all ready for spring, are they?
Yeah.
You've got penalty here.
But it's just the kind of thing you've got to do as the scrum half. Just chip away a little bit. And I think he's legitimately there to try and play a quick game. His arrival at each ruck, Michael McDonald, keep your eyes on him in the next few phases when Germany got the ball. He's there, he's sharp, he's lively, and he does want to play quickly. So there's a legitimacy to his complaints there.
Okay, time back on.
He might just have won the referee over to his side for the next
tackle.
70 minutes or so of this game.
Werner Pretorius able to rejoin us, man who plays his club rugby at the Club Rugby São Miguel in Portugal.
We saw the overthrow to Wolf, which is a really good call because he's such a great ball carrier. I suspect that's a one in a game type one to use, though.
Just hold them a second. Lads, they're 6. They're 6. Yeah, they're 6.
Expect this one to...
You 7. Then you go in.
Go
then
middle
you go
or
in.
back
Just
ball.
hold. Just
Seen
hold.
them set them all up.
Seems to be a bit of confusion over the numbers, but will there be the competition? There will. In fact, Julien Benoit had to dive quite a long way along. Hooker might have made it slightly easier for him, but you wonder what confidence the Belgians will have taken from that big defensive set.
Okay,
but
no more.
it's a strong counter-up from Germany. The Belgians have had to work hard to secure that ball. Almost might have been a case for going off their feet in terms of having to do so, but still got possession. Germans are doing their best to try and strip it from Takuba.
Use it, 9.
Now then, where's McDonald off to? Fairly swiftly felled, but Benoit looking to then make the tackle.
Use it.
Is the ball coming back? Yes, it is for McDonald. Nice take from de Front, but he's found himself immediately wrapped up. Managed to get the offload away, though. That's decent. And away then from Takuba. On Toysey. Out to the wing. Stepping in comes Walraff. Good work from Bergate.
Stop,
Just looking to work it through those centres.
Thanks.
Remu playing it on, but it's a little better in terms of a territorial kick. It just wouldn't quite find touch.
Yeah, I like that option. There was a bit of space. Wingers pretty high for Germany. And that kick just going in, forcing Cameron McDonald to go over and do the covering duties. It would have been one to get to dribble out Belgium. It would have been a 50-22 opportunity, but they're still going to get the chance to chuck it in. That man in shot there, Bergay, has been carrying a lot in recent passages. Hard man to bring down.
Here come Belgium again. Chance to put a bit more width on it. Cernan, who's in there, gets the ball away to Walraff. Full-back coming in and nicely combining there. Is there another hit off the ball? And it's in this particular area on the edge of the 22. I wonder whether the referee might be thinking of a little bit more when it comes to penalty time. We're certainly under advantage for Belgium here. Just popping up in the right sort of holes. Is it going to work out for Brasseur? Looks to the outside. It is going to be the opening score. Bassi Cordes. But it was all about the quick hands, finding the holes. Brasseur getting through, combining with Remu. And the finish.
What I saw there was
Bassi Cordes getting in.
The try scored. Just make sure.
Here's the chat. Might be that the fact that the try has been scored, that it's spared Germany going down to 14, Tom Mitchell.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Someone was going straight in the bin if that had broken down at any point, but it didn't. And it didn't because Belgium put together a beautiful passage of attacking play. Through the hands. Great lines picked. The timing was excellent. The options chosen were fabulous. And it results in their first try in the corner. Really exciting stuff. And if that's a sign of things to come, Germany are really going to have to get their act together on the defensive side.
Is a decent kicker. He got himself 15 points when he was facing Portugal. It's just going to be the try to go with the earlier penalty. Belgium leading by 8 points to 0.
Good.
And Toysey, Jadot. McDonald. Looks at taking a quick one.
He's back or he needs to start?
Strong start for Belgium. They've not had loads of shots down in the German end.
Yeah.
But that last one was taken with real quality. Germany's shaky start, they had all sorts of penalties and things to worry about, really settled themselves in. And so they failed to convert any points. And they spent a bit of time down here already in the opening 15 minutes. So it's
a real shame that they're having, real shame they're having to see Dazzy Corners leave the field. Obviously picked up a knock in the scoring of the try. So one on the board, but it's the last we're going to see of Corners. Now going through the hands onto the field has come Jordan Gott.
Shah's a good option on the edge there, carrying between two defenders. Going to get a look at the offload attempt, but it was on. It just didn't quite execute the lift to his fullback, Sunen, who then got drilled into the hoardings for his troubles.
I was going to say, slightly had his spine realigned.
It's Florian Remu as well, having a little bit of attention for his back. So, sore roof racks all round for the Belgian boys, but they carry on.
Ball down from Himmer.
Don't change mine, don't change mine.
Maul has been called. Berger's going to have to try and stay in there. But it is going to be playable. Wolf. Oh, it was just a little tight smuggle for Biniak. Oh, that's the turnover. Super work from the skipper. Takuba gets in. Stops that German thrust.
Oh, that is so good from Takuba. So quick on it. It was a nice little no-look shovel pass from Wolf. They hit the short line, sort of that half break, which is often the half of the territory where you can become a little bit isolated as an attacker, and Takuba took full advantage. So sharp to get there off the back of the maul after the line-out had closed out. You see he's just sweeping across there, anticipating where that ball's going to end up. Really smart, and you can see his hand on this near side. Straight on that ball.
5 penalties that Germany have conceded already. Barkhofer able to make the most of that squirreling ball. Biniak. Oh, McDonald, lovely bit of footwork. And then the chop tackle brought down Zinzan Hees when he might have fancied a chance to get away. Loose ball. Germany just trying to thread it around the back of that first receiver. The Belgians have rucked through well, and they're going to get another penalty. Quick tap from Montoisi. Offload was a little softer floor, but that's one over the top, and that's designed for De Frank to come onto. Just got the chip away as he was tackled in the process. It's going to be a goal line dropout.
Oh, I like it from Belgium. I really do. Not just the impetus to tap and go from Montoisi and everyone backing him up and the offloads, but the ruck play. Just before they had that counter ruck and turned it over, I was watching each ruck and they're having a little sniff. Either counter-rucking or getting hands-on, like we saw from Takuba, making life really difficult for this German team. It's just disrupting that flow of the German attack. We heard earlier Michael McDonald complain to the referee saying we want to play a quick game. Well, the Belgian defenders at ruck time are not allowing it. Perfectly legally, as far as I can see so far.
We go. He's okay, we go.
McDonald, it looks like the legs are already fairly taped on as it stands. He's clearly just felt one, and it's bobbling around at the feet of De Frank, who gets it back in for Geraghty. And the men brought into this, who's been absolutely thumped by Ball. Just looking to get on those outside shoulders of the Germans, try and get the ball away, but they are so well matched, these two sides. Belgium will be pretty pleased to get themselves into the position that they are after the first quarter of the match. Remieux, de Frank seem to lose a bit of momentum momentarily as Brasseur manages to get it set back for his scrum half. That's a good bit of late arrival and pace from Benoit. Pressure. De Frank looks for the little chip. Oh, is this going to sit up? No, it's not. McDonald was well positioned. And let's just listen into the referee here.
It's
going to be another penalty.
Okay, that's number 3.
Germany.
High tackle. That's a yellow card.
So Markus Barkhofer is the man to see yellow. Didn't actually clock that one. We might get another look at it, Tom, but whether it technically as a foul play was deserving of the yellow or whether this was just the referee losing patience with the Germans. Either way, they're down to 14.
Shot called.
Yeah, well, it's 1 degree there in Germany, but the referee had explained that they were on thin ice already, given the repeated infringements. So Barkhofer, either way, no matter how serious his infringement, was always likely to go to the bin for that one. I didn't clock it in real time, but he didn't seem to offer much of a response. Sort of trotted his way to the sideline, so legitimate one, I think. And chance for Belgium to stretch the lead. Certainly been the better team so far in the first 20.
De Frank sends it on its way, sends the flags soaring to the skies. It's another 3 points. And they've got on the board in 22 minutes. Everything they managed in this fixture last year. Same restart from the Germans. De Frank slightly hooked that one.
Yeah, he just snatched at it, didn't he? Yeah, absolutely. And it was Himmer coming down again. I mean, just the sight of Himmer running at you is enough to put you off your stroke, let alone the fear of him blocking the ball.
Chimenez, middle of the line. Oh, and referee might have been a bit generous there, suggesting that's gone backwards. I know what they were intending to do. Belgium are continuing to run through this, and absolutely no problem. That's brilliant from Bergay, and then it's bananas from Bergay.
Oh, the counter ruck again, using it to good effect. And Berger just helped himself, plucked it off the deck, got a little bit too excited. Saw Benoit outside him. It was the right call, go for the lift, but threw it into the first row of the seating. And that's across a running track, so he did get it wrong.
Okay, just don't come inside, stay there, they're gonna come. Go. Backwards.
Well, there were an awful lot of dress rehearsals for that line out, and when it came to it, not sure the show is going to get rave reviews. It hasn't worked out for the German line out, and Belgium will hack it downfield.
Back.
McDonald of the Cameron variety, British Army man. Represented Germany for the first time in March last year. De Frank beats a defender. Takes it up. Jadot. Playing it on. Oh, that's nice. And there's the pace from Brasseur. Lovely from the open side. Wolf wanted to get in there and try and get the turnover, but Hendricks then arrives, needs the support to get there, which it starts to do. to Franck. Looked like he was winding up the big one, smuggled it on the little closer pass. Then it's the dummy, and the chance to go again from Montoisi, who did manage to get the offload away, and he can then get it back from his number 8, Geraghty. Then it's there from Rainier, who was driven back, but there's another advantage here.
Number
More
5.
words to be had to Schroeder. He might be joined by that man Himmer.
It's 5 times that you committed foul play. Tackles, he's the shoulder guy without the ball, so that's a yellow card. You go off. Just hold. No. This is the moment you take time and speak with your team, because if you committed more foul plays, only thing you're gonna get is more cards. So take your time and talk with them.
Well, down to 13, Tom.
Yeah, real uphill battle now. We've just lost the big presence of Michael Himmer, and I think he put his shoulder in the back of Jadot in that open play when Brasseur made his line break. And admittedly, Jadot was sort of in the way, but doesn't mean you can hit him, because he didn't have the ball. It's a good spot from the officials. And
it's a colossal
problem-solving
8
time
penalties so far for Germany.
Madness. Yeah, I mean, if that continues, you're just absolutely killing yourself. But I tell you what, it's because Belgium are playing with such intensity that the dynamic style of their forward pack in particular, just hot to handle. And Germany are struggling. The only way whether it's the frustrations or whether it's just desperation, they're not able to manage it other than infringing.
5. Shoulder charge.
Just had the feeling that Germany, some big collisions going around here. That's the high shot. That was the one that Backhofer got sent for about 5 minutes ago. That's the reason he's in the sin bin. Now joined by Himmer.
Jadot latches himself on, but technically, the man in front of the ball turns into an obstruction. The referee's arm goes up towards Germany.
Yeah, it didn't look quite right. It was almost the German Maul defence sort of disintegrated almost unexpectedly, and I think that led to that offside call. One of those areas of the game you've got to be so smart and so polished on when you're setting up the Maul, with the intricacies of the law around that area. Otherwise it can quickly be an easy decision for the referee. You just get the sense that the crowd are getting behind them, and I think they need it. We heard Mark Ullman say that maybe at the end of the game we'll need the crowd. Well, I think they probably need them now. And the crowds recognise that, and they're getting in full voice. They want to get a score on the board before too much time ticks over.
Full sends it downfield, comes down just outside the 22, which is exactly where you would want it to. A little bit of footwork we're seeing from Cernan, that was good. Back in, it's the red and black headgear of Jean-Maurice de Cuba. Wasn't held, knew exactly what he could do to make those few extra metres. Then it's away from Benoit, and now the missed pass, and this is a good bit of straightening to try and keep that room on the outside, but Jeremy Brasseur, I think, stepped himself to the floor in the end as the boots dug in to the turf at the Our Stadion. De Franck looks comfortable on the ball, doesn't he? As does Remieux. Desi Cornez is back with us, so must have been an HIA or a blood replacement. Benoit. Jadot knew the shot was coming, braced himself for it. It's going to take a lot to move a man like Max Jadot. Things you love to see on a Sunday afternoon, and there he is playing scrum half, gets it away for Remieux. Nearly managed to step his way around a slightly absent area next to the ruck, and Jadot's back in playing 9 once more.
No hands, no! Okay, ball is ripped.
Not entirely sure there was a whole lot of room for Montoisi to go there. Good place back. Little shift. Oh, that was nice. And then finds Cernan, who's just trying to get away. Cernan gets the ball back inside. Ramu trying to get hold of it. He's been absolutely cleared out of it. And in turn, the Germans have absolutely thumped it downfield, and the foot race is on. Wolf is there. Super work by Corners. Germany trying to get and rock it through. It's there at the back for the Belgians, all of a sudden 5 metres from their line. Deutschland, the call goes up from the crowd. Toisi. I fancy a chance of trying to run this out of the 22. I'm not sure it's quite going to work for Walraff. Hendricks.
No, let him roll. Ball is carried back.
Can't make the direct clearance to touch here. Oh, now, are they aware of that? The referee said it was carried back. Was there the subsequent ruck?
I think they were right, because they played it back in field, set up another ruck. Really the heads-up play from Montoisi. Looked like he was set to box to get one more run, a little bit of a line break. It's just a good way to play. It shows that they're feeling pretty confident in themselves with what they're doing. Such an assured presence at 9, Isaac Montoisi. Super confident in himself, as well as the players around him. It's what you want.
Germany go to the tail. Oh, it's going to have to be the tidy up job. Did that go forward and then get played?
There was no one to get the ball, so that's a no call.
Oh, a bit of generosity from the referee then.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you absolutely spotted it. I think it was a bit of frustration probably from Tumenev, and he was in front of the ball when it got knocked in his direction, and then he wellied the thing out of disappointment of the way things had worked out. The referee thought, don't worry, mate, I'll do you a solid here, maybe, and just gives him a scrum.
Take your space.
I think his rationale was there was no one else from Belgium to play the ball, but I'm sure it's entirely relevant.
Yeah, well, I guess, what he's played there, which I don't entirely disagree with or disapprove of, is, it's a penalty because, in theory, you're denying the opportunity of the opposition using the advantage. If there was nobody there to use it, then perhaps that's the view of the referee. But anyway, we play on. Montoisi whipping the pack to try and take it forwards just that little bit more as Garrity does so. De Franck drops it out for Walraff. Just seems to be a little bit more cohesion from the Belgians than we've seen from Germany so far, who've just been going a little laterally when they've been in charge of it. And there's a little bit more of the direct stuff from Bergate. Much deeper for Remu. Bounced through 2, he's still going somehow. Fancied a little look down the touchline just to Kuba, but it's not going to come to anything. Infield it goes for Jardot, but that was one of the easier obstruction runs.
That was okay, but then you change the line, okay, in the swamp. So we get back to the advantage.
Going all the way back to the scrums. Pretty long advantage played by referee Abulashvili, but deemed that Belgium hadn't really gained. They were certainly gaining ground in the scrum. That was going in one direction and one direction only. I think Jorn Schroeder realised that, packing down on that loose head side, and he just shifted his angle in order to stop the backwards direction of travel that they were in, that German pack.
Willing.
Have it.
Very much for English viewers, the Peter Kay advert from many years ago.
Irresistible. not just for me, but for Tumenev, who couldn't. He just saw that bouncing ball and thought it needed punting. There'll be a fair bit to unpack going into the half-time break for the Germans. I actually think the break will be super necessary for them. The Belgians, I suspect, will just want to keep going because they're really in the groove. They've really got the intensity and they've led it throughout this first 30 minutes or so.
And they'll be very keen to have that intensity and the flow that they've had, perhaps convert into one more score in the next 7 minutes. But that's a super rip from Pretorius. Just need the forwards to turn up and help secure the ball, which eventually they do. It's been the story of the half so far that the Belgians at ruck time that have really brought the power. Wolf straight down the middle. Simo and Cernan gets a decent nudge on it.
Yeah, it was a good welly from Wolf, getting it all the way down the other end of the park, but a nice response from Cernan as well, just pushing his team, pushing Germany back into their own half again. And that's just how you balance the dominance. 11 points ahead on the scoreboard. Certainly in this entity, when they've got ball in hand, they look good, they look threatening. You've got to trust that those scores will come. You have to keep doing the basics really well.
McDonald is doing a little bit more going backwards than going forwards there. Ingle takes it up.
Use it!
Sort of quality that when you see Antoine Dupont do it, you think, here's another scrum half that doesn't know where he's going, and he always manages to pull a rabbit from the hat.
No, no hands. Use it now!
It's there now for McDonald. Also played for the Army, a sapper in the Army. Played in front of over 60,000 at Twickenham in the inter-services game.
No,
Frank.
Release now!
Gets a couple of the back row men to buddy up and take a few more metres. Now where's the option? Remieux in there looking to try and just dip the shoulder into the contact. Does a good presentation job of the ball as well. And now Simo, well, he's run out of turf. I think he hoped the pace would be enough to get past Sean Ingle. In fact, there's going to be a penalty. Another one against Germany. They're into double figures.
Good bit of adventure from Belgium, attacking that little short side. Montoisi just spotting. Maybe he got a call from Cernan. I think Cernan thought about putting it on the toe. Would have been the better option. He didn't quite have the wheels to go around Ingle in a very short space.
Well, Germany are back up to the full complement. Himmer comes back on. Saw those 2 yellow cards.
I think I'll probably be leaning into that at the half-time chat. It's part of the settling the mindset of the boys. Just say, look, we played a lot that half down to 13, so let's just get back to 15, give away a few fewer penalties and see where the game goes, because you suspect if they stop inviting Belgium into it through multiple infringements and having players off the park, then they'll make a real contest of this. They'll also be hoping that some of these Belgian players don't come out with the same fire that they started this first half with. Really good performances up front and in the back line. Florian Remieux had a good number of carries. He's a really tough man to bring down. Germany are going to want to get the shackles on him while they can. And this Belgian front row are going to be licking their lips at scrum time as well. That last one, Germany were going backwards. See if they've got the roller skates on again, whether they can front up against that Belgian front row.
It is a much steadier hit from them. Pretorius then sends it on for Wolf. He'll use that big left boot to send it down. Cornez plays for Simo. Oh, that's nice from the fullback. And he's got Cornez on his right here. And can we see Belgium get away for a third score? It's going to sit up, is it, for De Frank? No, look at the overball doing its normal magic. Was it over the line? Pretorius was there on the floor. It's there for McDonald. right on the line here for Germany.
Back. 5, back.
With all the red shirts swarming all over it. Wolf. Oh, and he's given the ball away! It's an instant intercept and try. Absolute kamikaze move inside their own goal area. And it's going to lead to the try. Garrity in the right place at the right time. But what were Germany thinking?
Well, I was about to get really excited for Germany, Dick, because Wolf went on the out. And if the pass had gone, it was a great way of exiting. There was a bit of space, and who knows where it would have led to if that ball had found its intended recipient. The intended recipient was certainly not the man who ended up with it. Felipe Garrity getting in there, plugging the ball out. Interception City dots it down. Maybe one of the easiest tries he'll ever score.
It's got to be one of the quickest intercept to score moments in world rugby there's ever been.
Oh, get on the stats. Someone look that up.
Well, de Frank was involved in the previous bust as they made that way into the 22, put all the pressure on Germany. To all intents and purposes, like they might get over there for the score. It ended up coming a little later. De Frank adds another 2 points. And the Belgians have really taken control of this first half, leading 18-0 now.
Yeah, let's not forget, although it was an error that led to the German error that led to the score in the end, it was a brilliant bit of play from Belgium. Sonnen on the line break. The kick went in. It was a good chase from de Frank, who would have scored had the bounce of the ball not done him wrong.
First half.
And the referee tells us that that will be the end of the first half. Well, it's a first half in which Belgium have really grown and looked more and more comfortable. And you think about the Germans getting the yellow card to Klivinghaus against Portugal, which saw them then concede 21 points in that period, and their discipline, well, it's been absolutely undoing them this first half, sorry. Germany 0, Belgium 18, but the story of that first 40 really, Germany conceding 10 penalties and seeing 2 men in the sin bin, having to play with 13. Belgium, well, they are ranked 2 places above Germany. But they've certainly got their eyes on the prize in terms of finishing in 3rd place in Pool B. What do you make of the first 40, Tom?
Belgium just arriving with exactly the right attitude and intensity, looking really polished. Their attacking play has been pretty sweet, but some of their counter-ruck work when they've been defending is what's led to a lot of those opportunities, and it's led to that dominance. I'll tell you what, Germany have really got their work cut out. The main thing to address, as you've already mentioned, is the penalties. They just seriously need to sort themselves out when it comes to infringing. I think some of that's just over-eagerness, trying too hard. They get that right, lays the foundations for them to come back at this Belgian outfit. I've got to say, they're going to take some beating, Belgium, today. Really good performances across the board. De Frank looking very classy outside of Montoisi. And the intensity and the dynamism of the boys up front. Too hot to handle so far for Germany.
Yeah, it certainly has been, and we've seen the penalty count just rising for the Germans. You just see a few of the slow-mo highlights from that first half. Charge down nearly presented that early chance for the score from Germany, but everybody arriving just a little bit too excited. It was Dazzy Cornez in the end who got the game's first score after the penalty from de Frank. Game's first try, I should say. Low chop tackling from Felipe Garrity. putting it about defensively wherever he could. And managed to find himself in very much the right place at the right time in terms of the intercept in the in-goal area. There's no doubt coming up in a moment. This was the super break from Cernan as well. They had to keep that alive as best as they could. Belgium have been in the third place in Pool B, with a points difference coming into this of -27. Germans has been -80. It's been the reason they've both been on the 0 points so far, but this, certainly at half-time, is looking like a real challenge for the Germans to overcome. Second half to come then, with Belgium currently looking in control. Welcome back to our coverage of the Rugby Europe Championship from Germany. The Black Eagles taking on the Black Devils. Just a reminder of the results that have already taken place this weekend on this journey for many of these teams towards Rugby World Cup qualification in Australia in 2027. Of course, European bragging rights as well, first of all. Reminder that those finals will be taking place over the weekend, 15th, 16th of March. Week before them, or 2 weeks before them, I should say, the ranking semi-finals. Georgia top of Pool A, Spain in second place, Netherlands third, Switzerland in fourth, and as far as our attention in Pool B, it's Portugal 3 from 3, Romania who are in second, both of these sides, Belgium and Germany in third and fourth respectively, looking for their first wins of the championship. Maurice Fromont just out there and getting warmed up. It is still possible for both sides to qualify for that World Cup, despite the 4 direct places being confirmed last weekend by Georgia, Portugal, Romania and Spain. The winner of the 5th place playoff in the Rugby Europe Championship will secure a place in the final qualification tournament in November. I don't think that could be said too many times, just to remind you of what's going on. Of course, it was Germany losing both of their opening games, 48-0 to Romania, 56-14 to Portugal, propping up those Pool B standings. There will be the chance for Belgium to go a little higher in those World Rugby rankings if they can get victory today, following that Dutch smashing of the Netherlands, of Switzerland, I should say. Dutch smashing the Netherlands, that would take quite some doing. Well, discipline was the Achilles heel for Germany the first half. Tom Mitchell, it's got to have been the focus of the chat from Mark Coleman, you would have thought.
Yeah, I suspect so. I'm just working out a plan of how to get back into this game. It didn't really look like troubling the Belgian defence all that much. Struggling at ruck time to get quick ball, which is what they thrive off and what they want. They have got options and runners out the back.
Backwards.
Second half is underway. Stadion in Kassel. Belgium picking up where they left off. Good tackle
release.
Back offer on Remu. Seen a little bit more of Cernan coming into the game, haven't we?
Yeah, Cernan was lively in the first half. He's got really good footwork and he backs himself. He looks a little bit ginger after that last carry. Belgium going backwards as well. He's going to have to get back in the game here.
Nothing wrong with being a little bit ginger. Lammers.
Backwards
The
by
change
Red.
to start the second half. Alexandre Renier been replaced by Koffalo. Nothing too badly wrong with the footwork by the looks of things there, as Remu then looks to come back from where things were. Confirmation as well that Fromont has come on to replace Benoit. Jadot. There is Fromont. Not quite getting the go forward to break the line
Release
as much
now,
as
release.
they were managing to do so first half. Belgium. Hugo Bastin is on as well. Box kick downfield was not the best. A little easy for Cameron McDonald to mark that one.
Yeah, all the time in the world there.
Just hold on a second.
Far too long.
Anyone needs to be
They
checked?
needed to go.
No. Free. You good? You good?
Part of that
Okay.
strategy often in the middle of the field, if you're not really going anywhere, you tend to go to the boot.
Clearance kick. Didn't make touch, so it's just allowed Garrity to make some meters, but that's a good turnover. Haven't seen too many of those in the first half. But Germany get one against the Belgians at the start of the second.
Yeah, Justin Rank getting over the ball nice and low. Decent carry back from Philippe Garrity, who scored the try back into that first half. And that's what you want your big back rowers, carrying hard, but he just didn't have anyone going with him on that occasion. He's sort of doing what he can to stay on his feet, and then he keeps this one alive as well. Tricky customer is Simeon Suinen. Now, if they're going to change the complexion of this game, Germany will want to come with some points early on in the half. Confusion at line-out time.
What can Germany do from this position? Saw them in the first half going one side, then the other across that 22. Oh, and it's another penalty that goes the way of Belgium.
You are on the ground, playing on the ball. You have to be on your feet.
Referee Abilashvili explaining exactly what the penalty was for. The turnover was legitimate from Belgium. Germany just desperate to hold on to the ball, playing it on the floor. As a result, there goes that attack. There goes that opportunity for Germany.
Turnover was good.
It was Garrity, was it? Who was down over that? Was it? It was Takuba, the skipper. Of course it was. Really good work.
Ramon went the line out. Just tried to tip that one on, but it's just ended up with the Germans. Was that forwards? No. Allowed to carry on. Himmler. Then away from McDonald.
Ball is out. Advantage now, Con.
Oh, that's gone forward. Jadot has it. Going to ride the tackle of Ingle. Then wants to get it away. Then almost a no-look pop. Look at the pace it's allowing it. Belgium flying into the 22. Hendricks gets the ball away. Tackle just came in at the last minute onto Frank, but it was super from Hendricks. Made the meters, making a few more, driving towards that line. It couldn't come close enough for the big second row to finish, but now, oh, that's the finish. Brilliant from Bastin. The Belgians straight upfield and straight over the line at the start of this second half.
Huge Bastin with the huge finish. But what about the work from Hendricks? The big man in the loose, ranging upfield, unbelievable running for the big second row. He made a break, then he did the second carry, got close to the line, and then it's Bastin with the hit and spin. And they just continue to create space on the scoreboard. Now, if Germany came out with a plan of how they were going to grab the second half by the scruff of the neck, that has quickly been turned around.
De France takes another 2 points.
Let him in.
Germany 0, Belgium 25 in Kassel.
Came off a bit of a loose ball. They tied it up, Belgium. And Hendricks said, you know what, give me the pill. I'll go straight up the middle. And once he was in a bit of open space, it looked like there was no stopping him.
Backwards by Black.
McDonald trying to point out those players that are in the way. He could just do with getting on with the game, I should have said. McDonald, the fullback variety. Belgium shot a man down in midfield.
First from Black, then from Red.
Oi, come on! No excuses, wake the fuck up, come on!
Well,
Okay, time off.
passionate words out there. Apologies for the language.
Nice.
Well, you can tell by some of the language that there is a frustration, an awareness of the direction this game is headed in. And it certainly doesn't look like it's going to end up with a W on the German side unless they can do something about this game. And it won't be helped by the fact that Ollie Stein is down in the midfield. He got up and tried to walk it off. It's like an ankle issue, lower leg. It's being checked out. There's lots of pain, a few grimaces. And the way he stood up and was struggling to put weight on it, I'm amazed that he was able to carry on. I hope he can. Key player for them, and they need all the firepower they can get. They are making some changes. Mark Koolman, I'd say he'd be most frustrated with the inaccuracies. They haven't come out and tidied up the ruck. They've been driven off a couple already. It must have been a plan for the second half. Now they're making changes, and you can see from the body language there, not all players are happy about it.
No, absolutely. Seen Robin Plump come onto the field. A few running repairs on both sides, but yeah, are they really going to be able to? There's a good angle of the score going in. Are they going to be able to have Ollie Stein continue?
Yeah, he needs to sub.
It's really interesting. A couple of moments just spotted from the Belgians just before going in to the sheds at half-time. They had a huddle, all 15 of them out on the field, had a little chat, a little kind of hot debrief before they went in. And then here again, a bit of a stoppage. The forward pack have got together in the huddle. Real sense of togetherness. I just wonder whether how much of that is. Sometimes it's easy to do that when you're so far ahead and everything's going your way on the day. But it could be the other way around, that actually the cohesion that they've displayed in some of their play this afternoon is a result of that tightness and that desire to want to be close and be together throughout this campaign.
Certainly been playing very much as one unit this afternoon.
Yeah.
With a couple of hobbling Germans, and Oliver Stein has had to make way. In the case of his 12th cap, the 23-year-old leaving the field, we certainly hope that does look like lower limb, lower ankle, perhaps. It's not too serious. Nico Windermuth then coming on. Emmanuelist club.
Yeah, we just wait. We wait for a sub.
Does look like Felix Lammers is making way for Bastian van der Bosch. There was also attention being given to Zinzan Hies, who I think may also be leaving us.
Okay, time back on. No cone, red spot.
Jan Piosik will signal a change at 9 as well, will he? Or is this to account for the other wing change? We'll see. Is he coming on at half-back, possibly at 10 maybe? As McDonald certainly seems to still be in the mix. So,
Coach!
a few injury changes and a couple of tactical changes by Mark Coleman.
Okay.
Assistant
Hold on
Lars
a second.
Eckert.
First, I don't want you to hit with the heads, okay? Just take your space. We didn't have that problem before, okay? Just take your space. Don't clash with the heads.
Not quite the
Same for you.
50th cap that Mika Tumanov would have envisioned. He takes a break, and Andrew Radkus comes in, takes his place in the middle of this scrum. If they can get one back here, the Belgians. Belgium pretty dominant in this area throughout the first 40. It's a great time for the German pack to step up and get one for their team. It's a good contest, that.
Yeah, it certainly was. Good moment to draw attention to it, Tom. And then, it's been charged down. And now it's the run from Wolf to the line. The Germans will get this score. They might also get the highest points for the best swan dive of a try in the competition. Well, we've had an intercept. We've had a charge down. However it's come, the Germans won't mind. The home flags are flying. And Germany are on the board through Leo Wolf.
Well, it's opportunistic, but he won't mind. What a splashdown in the try zone. He's just seen a few of his players be carried off or hobbling off. Risky game to be carrying that much air into the... He's a big man as well, so he's coming down with a fair bit of momentum. But Leo Wolf is celebrating because he's got his team on the board. He's got a foothold in this game, finally. It's taken him nearly 50 minutes to remove the donut. But will that just light the fire? A few changes come on, bit of a different intensity now, some fresh legs,
Kick left.
and something that they can just build on.
The big bad Wolf getting the score. What a finish as well.
Use 9.
Belgium's comfortably in front. But the theatre of sport can do all sorts of things to deliver the unexpected. It's there with Lewis Ball. More settled up from a German perspective.
You'll see it as well now, Nick. You'll just see a little lift. It happens. It's almost inevitable that you get a score, feels like the game's going away from you, and then you just feel this extra little lift amongst the team.
Well, Wolf certainly managed to take that one down from the skies, and it's coming down the back line again, and Biniak will play it off for McDonald, who stepped nicely off the left, nearly wrong-footed himself, and back in field it comes. Wolf now, who might be cooking on gas. They nearly opened up the hole in midfield there, and it is that man again, the try scorer. How many Leo Wolfs are there in this German team? McDonald was well met and driven back in the tackle. Good work from Montoya just to try and stop that forward momentum. Mikey McDonald plays it up for Schroeder, the skipper. Offer of the carry from Himmer. With 10 minutes less than everybody else, Michael Himmer.
No, you got the ball.
McDonald is, well, I think, hoping he might get the call of a penalty there. The referee has allowed play to go on. That might be a bit frustrating for McDonald. I think I'd have a bit of sympathy with him forward as well.
Captain.
Well, quite simply, the player's on the wrong side.
On your way. If you don't let him roll away, I'm not going to give the penalty. Okay. The ball. No, the ball carrier was catching him. Okay. That's why.
Well, Abdulashvili is of the opinion, the referee, that it was actually the ball carrier holding the tackler in there, which you can't do.
Okay.
But it certainly looked on first appearances that it was disruption from the Belgian defender on the wrong side. But either way, Germany keep the ball, keep possession, albeit they've got to build again from inside their own half.
pressure can the Eagles put on the Devils here? Oh, enough pressure to cause the knock-on. Now can they use this? Placement Cusick, they've gone back 20 metres just in terms of depth. Not too bad if they can find the holes to get through Belgium, but visitors have been competitive at that time. McDonald had a little bit more time there than might have expected. Oh, and that was nice from Cernan. Tackle on Valraff. It's there for Bergay. Germany wanting to celebrate the turnover, but hands have gone on the ground beyond the ball. Oh, and then dipping the little shoulder in. That was a lovely bit of work. Now Cernan, can he pick out the pass? It's Cornez, had the corner at his mercy. Oh, and look at the attempt to get the turnover from Renk. He was absolutely all over him, and Belgium go in.
First you have
Germany go in, sorry, to try and help Renk out, but off their feet to try and do so.
It's a bit of a 50-50 for me. I'm not sure which side of the fence I'm coming down on that, because Renk did some unbelievable work just to get back and have a sniff on the ball. You could see that Dazi Cornez knew that he was in trouble and a bit isolated. I think there's a release there, and he gets the ball clean. In an ideal world, he stays on his feet there because he got off his feet in that area, but because he got the ball so cleanly, I wondered whether the ref might give him rights to it and allow him to play on. It would have been a heroic turnover, but as it is, he got serious work to do. You sense another score here. It might be sewn up for Belgium, a long way back.
Absolutely. They might get themselves the bonus point if they can stay 3 scores ahead as well. Get 3 scores ahead and then stay there, I should say. Not quite there yet. Forwards with the job of finding the last few inches.
Release the ball. Ball is there.
It's not coming out terribly quickly. Montoya is not going to get a sniff of it. Bergay goes himself. And was it the big prop who's managed to get over for the score? I think it might be. Loose said Charles Bergay. He's been having a good game anyway for Belgium, but he's got their 4th on the board. And that might just see off that momentary riposte that we saw from the charge down from Leo Wolf.
Well, we saw Belgium do this in round 1 against Portugal. They're really good from close range when they keep it tight. They've got the firepower and they've got the nous and the control in this area to get it done. And that's exactly what Bergay did there. Barreling underneath the sticks, bagging another try. And it's going to be a complete 7.
The front with the extras. Germany 7, Belgium 32 now.
Just when he thought Germany were coming back into the game and they were feeling a little bit of wind in their sails, quickly snuffed out by that try from Bergay. Came from a lovely break, winding the clock back. It was Simeon Cernan, who's had a wonderful game so far, who weaved his way upfield and put the pass into Cornet, and then that's what led to the penalty, the line-out, and the resultant score from close range from the forwards.
Clearance from Belgium. A bit of winter sun hits the far stand.
Well, I tell you what, some of the play, attacking play from Belgium has matched the crispness of the air in Kassel. Really, really sharp.
Oh, now that just overcooked a little bit. I think there was one of the players just falling, and boot went near a player's body. I don't know how deliberate it was, but
Okay, just get back.
need things to be calm. Referee got right in amongst it.
Time's off. Just get back, please. Back. Same. Just lead the ball and.
How's your Georgian, Tom Mitchell?
Well, I think what they're saying is there's not a lot in it, and they're just going to go back to the not straight at the line out.
Captain! You captain. Good. Captain. We are playing in a very good way, so there is absolutely no need to do such a things. Okay, just talk with your teams, and we just keep playing. Okay. There was a
pull him down while he's still in the air.
I'm gonna look at it, and when it's matter, I'm gonna take it. Okay. Just speak with your team, and we stick with the plan. Okay.
And they say to me they punch him here.
No. There is nothing like that. Just talk with your team.
I talk to my team. Just
Control.
Well, there we go. 6-1, half a dozen of the other. Tom Mitchell, your amateur translation, probably the closest to the truth, but Jean-Maurice de Cuba,
so you choose you want
alleging a punch.
line out or scrum.
Yeah, both teams claiming that they'd been
Line out, call.
the recipient of some wrongdoing. Wolf was saying they'd be pulled down while they're in the air. The Belgian player saying they received a punch. Slightly more serious accusation, I should say. Either way, it's going to be a Belgian line-out, and we're going to get on with a bit of rugby. Now, Belgium, it's all too easy now with that scoreboard distance to just play real smart here. Just go the processes. They don't need to do too much down this end of the field. If they want to just bang this downtown, they can.
Certainly the instruction for de Franck. No problem fulfilling that for you either.
It's been good today, de Franck, hasn't he? It's a really nice nudge as well, but just looks very calm. He hasn't looked rattled at any point. He's had a pack that have been having some good momentum, which always helps. But
it's come down for Germany and Wolf as we see Henry Pearson coming on for the Germans, replacing Backhofer. Got that yellow card in the first half along with Himmer.
Turnover is good.
Germany were down to 13 for a while. Managed to affect the turnover, then it goes backwards.
Tackle,
England might be a bit lucky.
tackle.
They got in on the player on the ground. Ball is there. Needs to be played away by Montoisi.
Use it, 9. No, it's not.
It's a better box kick from the scrum half. It nearly gave the chance for Fornaz to get onto it. Tied it up from McDonald. Kept in field though. Cerner plays it back in for de Franck. De Franck wants to keep it alive. De Cuba.
No hands.
Walloped away with the right boot. A bit of covering across from Cameron McDonald. Team won't mind too much the clearance he's managed for them.
good couple of kicks from both sides. Nice little exchange.
Time off, sub.
It's a nice bit of celebratory type play this for Belgium. Look like they're really enjoying themselves. I know they felt pretty soundly beaten by Romania last round. It was also a bit of a success. They sold out the Stade Rondeau in Mons, which was a big milestone moment for them as a nation, as a rugby team, getting the fans behind them there at home. Obviously carry a bit of that momentum into this game today.
De Franck hasn't done an awful lot wrong. Just knocking that one on.
It's here. Okay. Stop. Number? Ah, okay. Okay, we move on. Time the cone. Yeah. Let's go. That's a line. So yeah.
Connor's making way. We've seen Jordan Gott come on, saw a brief look at Gott a little earlier on.
Fine. Set.
Replaced by Hassan Ryan. Wolf. McDonald. Oh, the little nudge back from McDonald at the base almost gave him a chance to have dummied the immediate defender and get in behind, but he then got clattered for his troubles. His brother can deputise. Kick wasn't the best aimed effort. DeFranco's coughed it up in the tackle. A little loose from both sides.
Play on, play on.
A bit of poor communication at the back as well, but they have managed to come away with it. And now Belgium looking to try and get some go forward, but Fromon was well met. Montoysi's looked to go quickly. He'll be quite pleased the referee's called him back with a hasty old nudge like that.
It's a definite shot to get on the ball there. It seemed like, I think it was Van der Bosch who had rights to it. It looked like he was over the top of it, hands on. One of those ones you'd like another look at. See, he's got loads of time. There's not a clear as miles away. Comes back with the ball, but I think what the referee's seeing from his side of that ruck is off feet. I think his right knee was down on the ground.
Yeah, the ball carrier is isolating, but your player still needs to be on feet, okay? Yeah. He's straight away off feet, that's right. Okay.
A good explanation there from the referee. We can just pick up on his microphone. The crowd were seeing it from the same side as we are on the camera angle, and they didn't like it, didn't like the call. I think they probably want something to go their way. Certainly felt like this Belgian team have been in the ascendancy from minute one.
From the front of the player, then they get on the line. So that's what I saw.
South African tones of Leo Wolf. In the conversation with the referee, but penalty count has continued to go up from a German perspective. 13 over the course of the match so far, albeit they've slowed the rate down, given it was 10 at half-time.
Move!
It's at the back with
He's from the side shoulder, he's okay.
Montoysi's going to have to go in and get hold of it. He's been met in there by Henry Pearson. To try and hold on to the 9, Montoysi. Out of feet in the back line, but gets turned over.
This time Germany are rewarded. It was a messy old maul. Montoysi had to go in and scrabble it back initially, and then with not much in the offing outside him, he had to carry himself and got a little bit isolated, I think. Quite strong and big unit as far as scrum halves go, Montoysi. So he doesn't mind a little physical carry in a bit of traffic, but just needs some players with him in that occasion. Good work at the breakdown from Germany.
Time is off.
Decent bit of ground chunked off. There's a bit of a momentum game still when it comes to progressing through the tournament here. You see both these sides coming in here seeking their first Rugby Europe Championship points for 2025. But you have to say, it's all about continuing to build with the possible results that come off the back of it and the opportunities. They do want to keep moving forward. So even though the time's ticking away and it's looking like a tall order for Germany, there's a lot to be said for staying in it and trying to execute some stuff that they've been working on in training in the week.
A reminder, it is all about trying to find that 5th place finish to be given the chance to go for the qualification competition in November. That looks like a bit of a sore one. The winner of this game, finishing 3rd in Pool B, will go through to play Switzerland, who finished bottom of Pool A. This one will face the Netherlands. Will then be 2 teams that are victorious from those games that will go through into that 5th place playoff come the finals on the 15th, 16th of March. Of Ligue on for Maxime Jadot. A low one to take. That was well picked up by Ball. Oh, and Wolf just took his eyes off it.
There was a knock-on in the tackle before. First from red, then from black. Yeah, knock-on in the tackle.
Normally so reliable, isn't he, Wolf? He's a real go-to guy for them. You so rarely see him make mistakes like that. He passed a little bit low down by his knees.
Yeah, first from red.
He didn't gather it, but they're going to get the put into the scrum here because the first knock-on came from Belgium. So we see Johan Schroeder make way. And Leo Wolf's brother take the field. Daniel Wolf comes in to pack down into this scrum. Another nod to Johan Schroeder, making his 50th appearance here for Germany. The leader of this team. He will be disappointed, no doubt, with the result as it stands.
Yeah, particularly on home turf. Fans doing their best to get their voices heard. Now Wolf looking to straighten. Collared in the hit. There was also a bit of a hit in the back of Florian Remieux as he tried to get up. A few little off-the-ball moments. McDonald has been asking the question all day of the referee as to whether there are going to be players in the way, but actually on that occasion, penalty went the other way, and then I think a bit of a protest that he's conceded another 10 metres.
Yeah, it's pure frustration. Like, it may well have been Michael McDonald with a bit of chat. You could see his hands were on his face. There's certainly some disbelief. So whether there were some words that backed up the body language, I'm not sure. Referees heard something, marched them back 10.
19. Careful with
Looked
the
like
leg.
a good turnover for me, unless his hands are definitely on the ball. Whether he beat the ruck or not is up for debate. But the reality is, all game, Belgium have disrupted this German ruck. Perhaps at times right on the edge of the laws and the legality, but that's the game you play. You've got to toe that line, and they have towed it really nicely this afternoon.
Cuffalo with the arrows. On the carry from Varel. Oh, and then Montosi, he's just managed to slit the net. Super strength from Montosi at this stage of the game.
They can do it while they are in attack. They can do it in a defense. So they can be more in when they are offensive, okay? In a defense,
5th try for Belgium. Isaac Montosi getting the score and putting a lid on this contest.
Yeah, it's signed, sealed, delivered. Isaac Montosi, he's had a few snipes around the fringes today, and this one pays dividends, puts more points on the board. Clear daylight. They are off into the distance now, Belgium. Got to say, Nick, I thought this was going to be a tighter encounter, but as it is, Belgium are running away with this as Montosi runs away and under the posts to seal the deal.
39-7. Belgium in control of this one.
No turns from. Sorry?
Come on, boys. Hey, come on, front row. Deuxième. Allez, les gars.
Crouch! Five! Set!
Lucas Rassenfoss has come on and is at the back of that Belgian scrum.
Report!
So look at the head of De Franck. Referee's happy enough it's backwards. And Clusy. And it did go forwards. Well, we've got another little stoppage here, Tom, and I wonder if it's time, with the result looking pretty secure, I think it's fair to say. Who's been on your watch list perhaps for player of the match so far?
It's been a really strong team performance from Belgium. They really have displayed some quality across the board, and I think a couple of standout backs, Simeo Cernan has been really lively, a couple of incisive moments. De Franc's looked classy in the 10 jersey and barely put a foot wrong until a couple of drop balls more recently. And Isaac Montoisi, we just saw run over for a try, has been pretty classy at scrum half as well. Just looked really assured. He's just ordered things around, kept the momentum going really well. And then up front, Max Hendricks has been excellent. We saw him in the loose. Really exciting. But the man for me, who's just been all over the park, he's been one of the main instigators in the defensive ruck of making a nuisance of himself. He's managed to bug a score as well for his afternoon. So my player of the match today is Charles-Henri Berguet.
Well, the man who's been doing the business up front for Belgium. Actually just been replaced as we were discussing him. Sepe Verhulst has come onto the field. Berguet, Tom Mitchell's Rugby Europe Championship player of the match. A chip from Wolf. Does the referee think there was much in it? Yes, he does. Wolf has stayed down here.
16 off the ball.
Been a few of these
against the new man, Verhulst. Good to have.
Not been much missed by the officials. It's been pretty hot and stuff like this. Really making the players have to play with discipline this afternoon, and you have to say that the Germans have struggled on that front, going in their favour on this occasion, but it isn't in their favour if Leo Wolf stays down or has to depart the field. He's one of their main men, not just in terms of a presence, but actually the amount of meters he makes. You see it all the time with Wolf, his post-contact meters in particular. Just such a go-to guy in their attack, and unfortunately for them, hasn't been able to make the difference. Haven't been able to make enough inroads. Belgian defence just too strong this afternoon.
No, there is 10 more minutes. Yes.
Surprise from the German players at how long is left.
Sorry.
Maybe they're feeling like it's been a long afternoon, Nick.
Certainly seemed to be the impression we got, didn't it?
Okay, I'll have a look. Okay, thank you. Time back on.
Kicked into the corner from Germany. Can the Eagles build from here? Fair few replacements now have taken to the field. Will that be strengthening them? Will it be making them a little more disjointed? Certainly they're under the mitts of Andrew Ranges. They are getting a little bit of go forward. The PA announcers joined in to try and encourage the call from the fans. Got a fair way to go yet, but McDonald will release the back line. Wolf got the little pass away. Binia unable to get through. Now they come back. Skipper on his 50th. Skroder. Wolf. Looking at the big one on the outside, but there was certainly shirts up in the way. Jens Torfs was there to try and cut down the outside pass, but Wolf opted to just then take it up on the inside, and they've got themselves 3 metres from that Belgian line now. Ball pops out. Shoulder to the wheel from replacement Hassan Raya. Advantage play. McDonald crabbed a few metres. Served it away to his brother at fullback. Was that high? McDonald again, little closer one. Is it going to open up? Belgian defence just shutting the door every time. Pirouette onto possession. Ryan is repelled.
Still advantage.
It's loose and backwards. Still under the advantage here. They've had 2 or 3 almost dead set opportunities here, Germany. That's a good low drive position. Better from Reinkes. McDonald wants to go back this side. Losing their footing. The referee's losing his patience with what Germany are trying to do and says we'll come back for the actual penalty, but he may need a word with Belgium here.
Captain.
That man on the floor, Max Hendricks, who infringed at the initial maul, came right round the side and must have been called by the referee's assistant on the touchline because it's pretty blatant.
If I don't see the maul and then not running away, need to stick with the discipline. Yeah. Captain, you got 2 advantages. One in maul and another here for not running away. So you go here or in the to the corner or here. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to say that in those moments close to the line, Germany could do with just being a little bit more instinctive off the bat, rather than waiting to set something up so they feel comfortable. They just need to get first person of the ball, playing it away and doing something, because they're just giving Belgium too much time to set defensively.
It's tap and go time from Jorn Skroder. Goes himself, goes low, not able to get through. Belgium doing their best to keep the door bolted shut. Pick and go time. They flick it out to the right, and there's an advantage now against Belgium.
No hands.
McDonald has pleaded with the referee to get another penalty call, but they're already under advantage. He needs to get on with it. Has a little look himself. That one hasn't worked out.
You're 16.
Oh, we're seeing a yellow card.
16. Number 16.
Going against Seppe Verhelst. Infringed a couple of times since he's come onto the field. He's going to see out the rest of the match on the naughty step.
There. Offside.
Belgium go down to 14.
Germany's simply trying to get somebody hit.
Well, not hanging around, wanting to get in and get on with it and strike, and they've managed to do so. Over they go, Germany with their second try.
Good to see they've got some urgency about them. They'd be desperate to put some smiles on faces in the home crowd. Wolf adds a couple more, make it look a little bit more respectable. Second try. Wolf bagging the lion's share of the points for them so far. It's just a simple tap up the middle. It's a good carry. Ball who's underneath the parlour, he's the one who's going to come up with the pill.
Ball with the ball, ultimately. Scored one of the
Advantage, no
two
call.
tries scored in the second half last week against Portugal. Gets himself another one in the Rugby Europe Championship for 25. It's not going to bring about the victory, but it will prove a little bit of a consolation on home turf for the Black Eagles. Wolf,
No corner
he's looked for the
advantage is over.
crossfield kick pass. He knows that was just a little too heavy, and now that's a line, a super line, a chance for Cernan.
No, play on.
Rassen force, just wonder whether he might have continued the run himself, but it's back in for Garrity. Is it going to be Belgium who have the last word on this, leading as they are 39-14? Little bit of footwork from Hendricks.
No hands.
The big man, given the time on the clock already and the work he's got through. Quick hands from De Franck, that was nice. Attempted turnover. Rank gets over it, and he's going to get the penalty for it.
He's done really well, Rank gets to latch onto that. He had to survive not just one clear out, but two, I think. He was pleading with the referee to reward him. I'd love to see them get this one down. Bit of high tempo, get there, get the line out in. See if they can get something else for the crowd to cheer about. But actually, I think it's ball. The try scorer is down. He's down in the backfield in the replay. You can see. Look out from Rodgers. Hands on the pilt. He's looking, he's looking. There's a hand around his neck as well. It's hard to jackal the ball wearing a Belgian scarf.
Okay, time back on.
Five tries to two. The Belgians in control. What have Germany got left in the tank? It's a really good take by Justin Renk. 19th cap for Renk in that German back row.
Through the middle.
Can they come up with the ball though? Oh, it's been turned over in the ball.
No con first.
Initially come forwards off a German
No
hand, so
first.
Belgium will get the scrum.
He's from inside shoulder.
You can hear the referee just explaining there that they were
Oh,
legal
you
going
need to
through the
start.
maul in his
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
opinion. They sort of flanked the maul on both sides and
Okay,
difficult to see without getting a shot from the far side, but referee's
22
assistant right
off.
there, so
22.
it's actually Montoisi who came up with the ball out of all that. No self-respecting scrum half anywhere near the maul in that scenario, but he was the one who came back with it. He won it for his team.
Matt Jadot coming on and looking remarkably sprightly. Having had a little bit of a rest. It's of course because the front row is missing Sepe Verelst, so due to the yellow card, Simeon Cernan has had to make way. The requisite number of front rowers, so it's a return to Jadot.
Crouch! Bind!
Montoisi floats it in. De Franck. Oh, it was just a bit of overrunning at the back in the end from Jordan Gott.
No con.
Too excited to be on the shoulder and try and get out of the 22 with ball in hand.
Yeah, all the timings, to be fair, on that play were a little bit off. Whether it was the timing or the passes, slightly checking the runners. It had the whiff of a back line that don't necessarily run that many reps together in training. You never know. Sometimes you end up running with the same combinations time and time again to try and get those set pieces right, not accounting for the fact that at the end of the game, those combinations could be very different. And with the limited time some of these teams do have to spend together, they will be prioritising those starting matchups. But again, Germany with a chance to end on a high here in their home match in Kassel.
McDonald under a lot of pressure. Couldn't quite fizz the pass to Wolf, but he dealt with it well, the South African centre. Same way they go. Ingle.
No hands!
Good meters. McDonald again. Schroeder, was it? That's quicker service. Piusik. Wolf opted to just take the run himself. Support on the left. Oh, needed to perhaps cut the other way. Bastian van der Bosch just ended up choosing to ride the tackle. Klump, McDonald, Ingle out the back of the hand. Can they find the line? But then they get over with McDonald, and it is try number 3, and the home fans at Castle proud to cheer on their team as they find their way to a 3rd try that will round off this match.
Well, in some ways fitting for their home crowd that Germany had the last say in this one. It won't be enough to bag them a result, but it was a good bit of play, width to width in the end, spurting at that far side. And it was Cameron McDonald quickest to react and slides over in the corner. Thumbs up from the assistant referee, thumbs up from everyone in the crowd. Good character to finish in that way.
Wolf with the touchline effort then. Not quite going to be, but that is the full-time whistle from the referee. It's not the end of the road for these teams just yet, but certainly in terms of their Pool B bragging rights, it is the Belgians who've been on song in Germany. Losing out in the 5th place semi-final last year when the two teams met, 21 points to 11, but they've certainly been comprehensively the better side in Castle, with a full-time score of Germany 19, Belgium 39. And in terms of, well, the tries being scored, we will of course have some highlights for you in a little while, but 2 tries in the first half from Cornez and Geraghty. Built themselves up to an 18-0 lead, and then Bastin, Berge, Montosi in that second half. Germans really opening that door in the first half with those 10 penalties conceded, 2 yellow cards as well, going down to 13 players. Conceded 15 penalties overall to Belgium's 9 in the end. But Tom Mitchell, Belgium will go on to play Switzerland, an encounter they will be relishing and expecting to come out on the right side of, while Germany will face the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's a big swing, isn't it? You've got to say, in terms of the form book and what that means for next steps for these two sides. Switzerland, the new boys on the block in this year's Rugby Europe Championship, and favourable next stage for Belgium. They've secured Germany. Well, we could be seeing this matchup again. Germany against the Netherlands will be a real humdinger. The Netherlands, though, looked very, very sharp indeed yesterday in their encounter against Switzerland.
Certainly job done in terms of Pool B, wrapping up the pool stages as we move towards those knockouts in a couple of weeks' time. And as you say, Tom, they are both victorious in the semis, and they will meet in that 5th place playoff, but the Netherlands certainly will have something to say about that in that game against Germany, as the two sides continue that road to Australia, the expanded Rugby World Cup coming in 2027. A little sheen put on it by Germany in the end, but the Belgians largely in control. They will march on confidently to those semi-finals. They've beaten Germany by 5 tries to 3 in Castle.
Well, we've seen a few examples of that Belgian huddle today. They've certainly played like a team very much connected, not only in the way they came out and their attitude and approach to this game, but in some of the execution. Very together, very polished performance from Belgium. And across the park, there's a lot, I'm sure, they will feel they tick the box here this afternoon. And you wonder whether they'll just enjoy it tonight, enjoy the win, and then look ahead, have the game against Switzerland to look forward to. Perhaps a chance for them to investigate some of the depth in the squad as well, and just maximise a little bit of rotation as they move forward in desperate hunt of that 5th spot here in the Rugby Europe Championship 2025. Good little glimpse of Laurent Doussat, the head coach there, just firing everyone up, and he's right in the middle of the melee with hands in. Smiles on faces for the boys in red, and why not after a very, very good performance indeed. It looks like a little sing-song as well, being led by our player of the match, Berger. But before we hear from him, we are going to hear from Germany coach Mark Kuhlmann on his assessment of the afternoon.
Mark Kuhlmann, Germany head coach. Devastating loss today at home. You put up a fight later in the second half, but what are your first thoughts after the game? What areas can you work on?
We are very disappointed today. I think we make too many individual mistakes, and in total that was 25-30 mistakes, and you can't win a match if you make too many mistakes, so many mistakes. So next time we have to avoid the mistakes, and maybe then we have a better chance. I feel very sorry for the 5,000 spectators who came out today. They deserved a lot more, but we were not able to execute it today.
Next up is going to be the semi-final round. What positives can you take into that, and how our preparation is going to look?
Sure, at the end we fight it for some points, but we have to keep our structure. But with so many mistakes, we can. Yes, it's difficult. It's really difficult. I have to think about it, and then we see what we can do against our Dutch neighbors in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Understandably, rueful Mark Kuhlmann, just citing the number of mistakes they made, and there were mistakes in discipline, but there were also mistakes in the way they were playing. And now let's go and hear from the German captain on his 50th cap, Johann Schroeder.
We're here with the German captain, Johann Schroeder. What do you think? What was your team liking today in order to come out on top?
Yeah, we're missing the detail. I think the Belgium team did really well. In the first half, they dominated collisions. We didn't find into the game. Our rucks was a bit messy, but I'm actually happy that we fought back in the second half and scored some tries and finished the game on a high with the last try. Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, it's going to be semi-finals time. What will be important to work on until then?
Like I said, we have to regroup and have to work on our details, especially lineouts still missing. We can't win a game when we don't get our clean ball from the lineout, and also the ball security. But yeah, we have 2 weeks time to regroup, and then we go back to, I think, Netherlands is the game now. And yeah, we're looking forward.
Thank you very much, Johan.
Always tough doing the interviews with the losing skipper, but very philosophical, as always, Johann Schroeder. And leading from the front, buoyed by the fact that his team were able to come back into the game towards the end and come away with the last score, but really citing that ruck as being a problem. Belgium really attacked it, both in terms of steals, but also counter rucks. Really, really made life difficult for Germany. And Schroeder recognising that. They do have 2 weeks to work on things before they'll be back out and rolling again against their Dutch neighbours, as Mark Koolman labelled them. Plenty to work on. They'll have to park this result back to the drawing board on a few elements and see what they can do come that semi-final to try and get into that 5th place playoff. Winner, of course, of that will secure a place at the Rugby World Cup. It's the qualification tournament this year, this Rugby Europe Championship 2025. So plenty on the line for all teams taking part. That's why we're seeing such ferocity week on week throughout this competition. The Belgians soaking it up out there on the field, slow to make their way over, in no hurry. It's been absolutely job done. And there's our man in shot, there's our player of the match, Charles-Henri Berguet, signing the autographs, fans' favourite. Quite right too. He's done the business tonight, this afternoon, all across the park. Scrummaged well, defended excellently, and he even got himself a try to take home in his back pocket. So he'll be happy with his afternoon's work. We even saw him leading the team sing-song out there on the park, so his work wasn't finished come the final whistle. Quite clearly a good character amongst that Belgian squad. In a few moments we'll be getting some reaction from the Belgian team. Smiles on faces for sure, and a real sense that Belgium have grown, particularly coming into this year's competition. Certainly you compare this to the result where they lost to Germany last year in this fixture. Germany winning that one 21-11. Very different story this afternoon. Convincing victory for the boys in red, away from home as well. And talked about the smiles on faces from the Belgian team. We are going to go down pitch side for some reaction from Jean-Maurice de Couber, the Belgian captain.
Jean-Maurice, congratulations on the win today. What are your feelings after this hard-fought game?
Really happy to win here in Germany. It was a big game with big guys. There was really big fight, and last season they went and win in Belgium, so we are really happy to win this game today.
So in 2 weeks you're going to be playing the semi-final. How are the next 2 weeks looking for you, and how are the preparations going to be?
The first week we will back in the club, so rehab and work in the club, and in 2 weeks we will meet all to prepare this Switzerland game.
Thank you very much.
Now let's hear from a very, very pleased Laurent Doucet, the Belgian coach.
Coach, congratulations on the victory today. What are your feelings after this tough game?
I'm very, very happy for the player. I'm proud of player and staff, because after Portugal game it was very difficult, and after Romania game as well. So now it's very, very sympathetic to see a lot of smile, and now it's not finished, but I'm very, very happy, and I know German team was very strong, and we beat a lot again, and now thank you very much.
What do you think made the difference today so that you ended up winning and be successful?
We know strong battle today, big battle today, and win the battle of the rock, and strong area, and I'm very happy of it and of that, and I think it's the key of success today.
Merci beaucoup, félicitations.
Merci beaucoup.
Well, very smiley, very pleased, Laurent Doussat, explaining that they won the Battle of the Ruck. They knew it was going to be a big game. You sense they'd framed it as a big match. And big matches require big players. And one of the biggest for Belgium was Monsieur Berguet receiving the Player of the Match trophy this evening. Well earned by Charles-Henri Berguet, the Belgian loosehead prop, doing the business for the boys in red.
We are here with Belgian prop Charles-Henri Berguet. Congratulations, you are the man of the match. Are you satisfied with the result and your performance today?
Oh yeah, I'm really satisfied with the performance of the team. I think we had to show stuff, and we show what we really can do. We have a lot of work still to do, but what we did today was really good for us in the head, and for the mindset, and for the families back home. So I'm really happy of the prestation and what we did today.
Thank you again, and have a good journey back.
Thank you.
Well, he certainly led in that front row this afternoon. Charles-Henri Berguet, backed up very well by the rest of his team, coming out with a really, really strong result against the home side, Germany, this afternoon. And that was the tail of it. Germany managing to bag themselves a couple of tries towards the end to make it a little bit more respectable and to put some smiles on faces and get some cheers out of that home crowd there in Kassel in Germany. Those were the scorers, spread out nicely across the Belgian team. Some nice extras added from the boot of De Franck as well. Leo Wolf responsible for number of points on the German side, the ever dependable Leo Wolf, but even he wasn't able to be the difference. And that's how things end up. In Pool B in the Rugby Europe Championship 2025, Germany propping up the log. Belgium, with that win, take the third spot, and they will go through to play Switzerland, who were finished bottom of Pool A. Germany will play the Netherlands, who finished in third spot in Pool A, and those will be the next games at this level of the competition. The winner of those matches going on to a final for the 5th place. It was the Belgians who came out the stronger side at the beginning. They came with the passion and the intensity. Some really good quick ball. They definitely won the Battle of the Ruck. This the opening score. Dazi Cornet going over in the corner after some flowing attack from the Belgian men in red. They are dubbed the Black Devils, but they were red hot in their red jerseys throughout the match today. A few moments of fight from the German side, but ultimately the tale of the first half was penalties and ill discipline. And that's what put pay to the German performance. So big collisions we're always used to seeing at this level of the competition. That one resulting in a yellow card for Markus Backhofer. Germany down to 13 for moments of that first half. Simeon Sonnen showing his dancing feet throughout the encounter. Just about being scragged on that occasion. One of the easiest tries they bagged themselves of the afternoon. Leo Wolf just getting this one a little bit wrong. Plucked from the air. Well, the Belgian number 8, Philippe Garty, for the easiest score of the afternoon. And at that point, they built a pretty strong lead. Out at 18 points, the end of the first half. And they started the second half as they'd ended the first. Bastin getting over after a great run from Hendricks up the middle of the park. Here he went, striding his legs. Wolf picked off an interception of his own. An opportunistic one from the trundling centre, but it wasn't enough. Top marks for the dive. And it gave them a momentary bit of momentum back into the game, but that was snuffed out by the Belgians. And it was Berge from close range who just made sure that that distance on the scoreboard was maintained. Kept the German fans in their seat. And then it was the turn of Montosi, who scooted round the edge, shrugged off a defender. And the number 9, who had a really strong game, earned himself a try under the sticks, really put some distance. And that secured their 39 points for the afternoon. And a good show of character. Germany fought back, not to be totally left out of the encounter. Ball getting over for a try, Wolf with the conversion, and then finishing the match with the last play. It was Cameron McDonald sliding over in the corner for what would be a try that just allowed them to save a bit of face and perhaps will give them a little bit of confidence as they look ahead to their encounter in 2 weeks' time with the Netherlands. Well, it's been a tough afternoon for the Germans in their home match in Kassel in Germany. But in the final round, the final game of the final round of pool play here in the Rugby Europe Championship 2025, it was Belgium who had it their way, and they took this one 39 points to 19. Thanks very much for joining us. We look forward to the upcoming rounds. It's knockout time. Please do join us on Rugby Europe TV.